A good evening, our dear listener. Welcome to Explore Online Radio, the home of reliable and authentic news. Today is the 21st of June 2023, and bringing you the 9 p.m. news is Munji Sheila. First, the headlines. UPDF rescues 3 out of 6 students kidnapped by ADF. Police initiates project to develop doctrine for better policing. And Parliament pays tribute to late Justice Stella Amoko. Here is the news in details. The Uganda People's Defense Forces have rescued 3 of the 6 students who were kidnapped by the Allied Democratic Forces when they attacked Lubiriha Secondary School in Pondwe last week and massacred 42 people, mostly young students, the army says. There were 6 students kidnapped and 3 have so far been rescued, said UPDF spokesperson Brigadier General Felix Kulaija. A woman and 2 children who had been kidnapped outside the school were also rescued, while 2 militants were killed and 2 guns captured, said Kulaije. Parliament has today held a special session to pay tribute to the fallen Supreme Court Justice Stella Amoko. While raising the motion to pay tribute, Prime Minister Honorable Robin Anabanja said Justice Amoko had a distinguished career in the judiciary, public service, and the East African community. She added that the government will remember the late as a great judge and an icon of justice in mainstreaming alternative dispute resolution mechanisms in the judiciary. Speaker Anita Among described Amoko as a great advisor, an exemplary judge who was approachable. Justice Amoko will be laid to rest in Adjumani district on Friday. The Uganda Police Force has begun talks to draft a police doctrine that would incorporate numerous ideas on how the police execute their work in order to improve their services. This comes after the Inspector General of Police, IGP John Martins Okoth Ochola, formed 2 teams to formulate and implement the doctrine, a steering group and a technical committee. According to police, the project, which will be expanded to every policing region, will include a number of engagement meetings and consultations to collect views, opinions, and information from various stakeholders, both internally from police officers and externally from local leaders, opinion leaders, and cultural leaders. While meeting over 40 police officers from Busoga East Policing Region on Tuesday at Fort Lugard Hotel in Iganga Municipality, the acting political commissar in Uganda Police Force, SCP Hadija Namutebi, says they have kicked off with a 2-day stakeholders consultation meeting, which will enable police to come up with a document which embeds all principles that will guide the best practices in the police. The Busoga East Regional Police Commander, East SSP Samuel Asimwe, says that this project of developing a police doctrine will enable good policing, since all guidelines on how best police should operate will be embedded in it. The Kingdom of Buganda has launched its 19th edition of Buganda Masaza Football Tournament 2023 that officially kicked off today in Bulange Mengo. The tournament is powered by Bulange Mengo together with Airtel Uganda as official partners of Buganda. The 19th edition of the Masaza Football Tournament is one of the top games in the kingdom, and each county will receive its own play kits and other items to use during the competitions. This year's tournament was inaugurated by Buganda's Prime Minister Charles Peter Mayiga. Pupils of Bulamuka Primary School in Kisozi Sub-County in Kamuli District are to benefit from 360 million shillings post-COVID recovery support from Rotary clubs and Prudential Uganda. The support was made possible by Kampala Rotary Clubs 7x7, comprising Rotary Clubs of Kampala City, Bugolobi Morning Tide, Bwerere Central, Kampala Ijaz, Rotary Clubs of Tankil and Kansanga Hope Community Initiative. The Prudential Chief Executive Officer, Tete Aitevi, whose company donated 260 million shillings, say they are committed to helping people create positive impact in their lives and support them to live well for longer, and are glad to support the Rotary clubs with whom they share the community vision. We have provided the money, but the most important is for the community to ensure that their children come to the school before they go to the farm and get good education, Teta said. The Uganda People's Congress UPC party has called on the government of Uganda through Uganda People's Defense Forces to engage Omusinga of Rwenzururu Kingdom, Charles Wesley Mumbere, who was recently set free from court to negotiate peace and offer amnesty to the misled youths in the ADF activities in DRC to return home and be rehabilitated. This comes after the massacre on the Lubihira secondary school students in Impondwe, Kasese, whose death toll numbers keep rising. While addressing the press on Wednesday, UPC spokesperson Sharon Ayata Rach strongly condemned such attacks on innocent Ugandans. This is a tragedy of unbearable magnitude and very sad experience. UPC sends heartfelt sympathies to the families, school community, and government, she said. UPC acknowledged government's military presence in the area in a bid to put an end on these rebel attacks. She urged government to look into the rebel attacks affecting Rwenzori sub-region in a broader context, restore hope and guarantee the security of the people not only in Kasese but the entire country. Other means would be exploring engagements and peace talks where necessary, as it was the case with northern Uganda. The Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda has introduced pro bono services for small-medium enterprises in financial management. The Director Standards, Charles Lutimba, said the enterprises will interact with the financial experts who will advise them on aspects of financial management to improve their financial reporting. And in our last story, the leadership of Mahdi and West Nile Diocese is grappling with increasing cases of illegal land encroachment of church land. According to the State Officer of Mahdi and West Nile Diocese, Reverend Canon Benjamin Bayo, the church loses over 10 acres of land every year to grabbers and encroachers. He alleges that most of the culprits are children of people of goodwill who voluntarily donated land to church and other public institutions. The chairperson of Arua City Land Board, Bernard Atiku, called on children of families of those who had donated land to institutions like churches, schools, health facilities, and others to desist from violence, but rather embrace dialogue and peaceful means to address any issue concerning their land. This brings us to the end of the 9 p.m. news. Thank you for listening in to Explorer Online Radio.